They stumble towards the Iraqi troops. They're breathless. Their voices are shaking from fear and shock. They use single sentences that seem to hardly encompass the scope of what it is that they've actually just been through.
لا إله إلا الله الله ينتقم من هالكفار قبل 20 يوم بدنا نطلع من البورصة مسكين ضربوا أخوي 4 طلقات براسه منو؟ أخويا عشرين سنة عمره داعش والله والله بس الله يصير سيارة
And as ISIS is squeezed into even smaller territory, the civilians they're holding hostage are running out of food. It was only enough to feed the children, to try to keep them from crying out. She and her husband, they went hungry. On the front line helping the Iraqi army is Dave Eubank. He's American, ex-Special Forces, and with his team of Free Burma Rangers, volunteer medics. Just days earlier, ISIS massacred dozens of people who were just trying to make a run for it, and Dave was called to the scene.
We saw these 13 bodies, and we saw movement. Here they are. Look at that wall.
A man, alive, and a little girl who creeps out from under her dead mother's hijab, where she'd been hiding for 2 days, hugging her mother's corpse. They use the tank for cover to move out, dragging those they just saved past the corpses of those who perished. The little girl, she has not yet spoken, not a single word. No one even knows her name. The next morning, they spotted even more movement.
We ran, got across the road, went through rubble like this, and ISIS is on 3 sides of us. They could hear them talking, crawled through, found a girl up the street, ISIS is shooting, threw a line to her. She tied herself. 3 days, no sleep, no water, wounded.
Much of western Mosul, it's already apocalyptic, and the fight for the last square kilometers, it's going to be so much worse than anything we've seen before. There's no past blueprint for this kind of warfare. No one has fought an enemy like ISIS, holding civilians hostage in a dense urban battlefield. We go to a clinic that's further back from the front line. There's an old man who can't speak from the shock. And a little girl. Her name's Maryam, she's 10, and there with her older sister Inam. They say a mortar hit their house just as they were trying to make a run for it. One sister they know is dead. They saw her lifeless body. The others are buried under the rubble of their home, but ISIS still controls the area.
مين راح حبيبتي؟ مين راح؟ أمي وأبويا وأختي وأخوي.
The reality of what she's just said, perhaps not quite sinking in. Or maybe she's just looking for any distraction from a loss that she cannot yet fully comprehend. Arwa Damon, CNN, Mosul, Iraq.